3. Jeebus. Disclaimer, my thoughts and opinions. Also, I swear, I've been wanting to do this video for ages. I don't know where it's going to go because I don't know quite how to explain it. But last night, dream, this morning, woke up, a little bit of explanation. I'm like, right, okay, I'll do it today. Just go where the all takes me, right? That's how I work. So anyway, bubble bumping. I'm wanting to explain bubble bumping. Now I'm doing quite a bit of bubble bumping at the minute, personally, because I've joined Plenty of Fish, because I've decided that I'm open, so and ready for a relationship. Been single 12 years. It's enough of that, thank you very much. Lads are grown up. Let's dip our toe in the dating pool, right? Fucking piranhas, mate. Oh, honestly. Anyways, so I'm doing quite a bit of bubble bumping, but it doesn't happen like aggressive bubble bumping. So I thought because I was explaining it in my sleep, in my dream. So I'm thinking, and then I had another bit explained to me when I woke up. I'm like, yeah. So let's hope something comes from it. This is the longest fucking introduction ever. Anyway, I do waffle, don't I? We all know this. So yeah, bubble bumping. To explain bubble bumping to its best, you've got to take away the physical. You've got to close your eyes and just imagine blackness, the universe. Just imagine you're floating amongst the stars. You can see pretty little twinkly lights if you want to, but you have to remove body. It's all about the energy, right? So most people, we all bump bubbles. Like how like people will be like, get out of my bubble, you're in my personal space. We all have our bubble, right? Or energetic bubble. Now or the whole universe is made up of energy, right? And we're little bubbles of that floating around. And occasionally, well, quite often, we interact with other people's bubbles. Now, mostly, this is just a nice little settled, you gravitate towards whose bubble you feel comfortable with. Like mostly it's just existing in that little pool of comfort and warmth that doesn't get agitated. And you've got people like me. and it happens to everybody at some point in time, I should think, unless you're like literally a monk living in a monastery, like just zen the whole time. Occasionally you'll bump bubbles in a another message. I'm not keen on that chat. I'm being polite to these people I don't know what to do. I don't like any of them. Help me, Mammy. Anyway, yeah. So sometimes somebody will come into your life and it's like, do you remember back in the day we used to have a thing called clackers? I should imagine that they're illegal now because everything is fucking health and safety and everything is politically correct. And our world, as I said in the video I did, it's so different from the world that I grew up in. Our kids are fucked and it's our fault, right? So deal with it. And let's do something about it. Let's get together and do something about it. But that's not this video, right? This video is about bumping bubbles. And occasionally, I'm sorry, I'm just waffling. Calm down, yes. So, usually, everything is, I'm all right, Jack. Like as with anything, bubble bumping is just as with anything. As long as I can pay my council tax, I'm all right, Jack. Like let these people get on with this. I'm just happy in my little pool of warmth and comfort, right? Guess what? They're boiling frogs, mate. It ain't as comfortable as it used to be, is it? And then, again, people like me who literally go out of their way to try and interact with other people's bubbles. Like there are people who are purposefully bashing bubbles, and I try and make it so that I sort of get in there and spread the love from inside without too much aggression. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes you'll meet somebody and your bubbles bump so forcefully and it's like you're sucked together, and then you bring, and then, but because it's so, you're so alike and you're so, oh my God, me too, me too, me too. You're just desperately clinging on to that. And then it's like, but that's not how it works. It works like clackers. So you'll get like that and you'll be like, no, don't let it go, don't let it go. And then you'll come back again, but you'll come back again with just a little less ferocity because you understand that you're going to come back. And then eventually you'll either go like this and settle into some sort of comfort, or you'll just take yourself away, which is possible, like, like you'll go bump bubble somewhere else and forget about that bubble type thing. So like recently, I bumped bubbles with this lovely young man. Well, not recently, it was several months ago. Lovely young man, lovely Indian fella. And it was a really, like we hit so aggressively, within days I was in tears. Like the emotion, like I felt like I'd known him forever, which I probably have known him in a different life or whatever, like very similar energies, and it scared the fuck out of me. Within days I was crying, and it's settled down now. It was like that, and then we're still in each other's lives. We barely ever speak. It's like just fizzled, like the strings. Somebody cut the strings of the clackers, and it's like now we're just in the comfort bubble. It's like, yeah, I know you, you know me, but the actual aggressive bubble bumping that happened at the beginning just ain't happening. Because sometimes you'll bump bubbles and there'll be parts of your bubble that is so compatible with the other bubble, but then once that bit's been done, the rest of it is like it's like, actually, should you bump bubbles? Should you just avoid bumping bubbles in case it's no? We've got one life and there's so many bubbles to bump. Do you know what I mean? Just don't actively go out of your way to bump bubbles and in an aggressive manner to rub people up the wrong way, because that aggression, that abrasion between your bubbles, is like you might be wearing that person thin, but guess what? You're doing yourself damage as well. Do you know what I mean? So don't go out of your way to aggressively try and rub away somebody else's bubble, because you're fucking yourself over. That's another thing. This is an introduction to bubble bumping, because, like I said, when I started the video, I had no idea. The actual clackers bit, the clackers bit, that I get, right? But you have to close your eyes and just imagine it in an energetic level. Do you know what I mean? And then it's the comfortable pull bit that was told to me by wrong finger. That's my them bits. Oh, and my fingers done different, by the way. I had to take them all off and reapplied, so I went for a different shape and some fancy little painting bit different, because maybe I will attract different bubbles. Don't even, like, literally, if you're not of strong stomach, do not join POF. Trust me. And yeah, don't do it with a cleavage shot. Bad idea, mate. Oh, good grief. Anyway, it's all fun and games, and because I've spent my lifetime, like, my bubble bumping is quite aggressive, because I'm an openly emotional person. What you see is what you get. You don't get everything up front. If I open it up, if I open myself up, which I did to a lovely fella last week, you should know I'm telling the truth, but fortunately, it doesn't matter how much you tell the truth, people will always think you're lying. That's by the by. Love him now. And yes, it is possible to fucking not fall in love, but I love the bones of the man. I only know him a week. Bloody lovely fella. Absolutely gorgeous. Really, really nice. Just not it. But got another person in my bubble. If he ever decides to come back, he blocked me on Facebook, bless him. Because it was an aggressive bubble bumping that we had. Do you know what I mean? We're both really similar. And whilst I'm used to bubble bumping and I understand it and I understand where things fall and I can walk away, calm down and go, right, okay, well, and I know what's happening here because I've been doing it and living in the knowledge of it for years, so it don't affect me quite so much. But yeah, poor sod, but he's fucking reeling. Because I'm not the easiest of energies to bump bubbles with. I'm a safe energy. When you realise that, then it's all good. But I am quite an intense person. Watch my videos, mate. I think that quite comes through. But yeah, so introduction to bubble bumping. Make sure you don't harm anybody's bubble, because you just harming your own bubble, and eventually you'll build a callus up on that. You'll not be able to let in any good from other people's souls, because you've built up a callus from rubbing down other people. And don't be scared of the bubble bumping, because it's a perfectly natural part of soul evolution. And also, please start realising that we are all souls. Your souls, my souls, our souls. I'm such a child. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask. If you've got anything you'd like to add, please feel free to add. If you'd like to like, share and subscribe to my channel, then please feel free to do that too, because we, my darlings, are a team, and we are on the good guys' side. So we need to be making mates with each other, making our own little comfortable bubble soup but a spicy one, yeah. Spicy one that's going to knock them bastards into next week. I shall speak to you soon, and I love you all.